G'day everyone, welcome back to Nat's Knackers Yard. This will be my Knackers Yard, which is currently full and I'm not working in it. I've got a confession to make. I've cracked on and not filmed, and I have done some welding. The main reason I just cracked on, it's really hard to film welding. I found it on that last upload really difficult, and the setup, etc, etc, so I just cracked on. Also because I was slightly concerned about how much I'd cock it up, but as we all know, filler and paint makes me the welder that I ain't. Now it's on and it's painted, and actually I'm really quite chuffed with the results. I mean, particularly when you compare it to the load building welds that are on it anyway. So yeah, I think what I'll do is, having derided Dell for it, I'm going to do the same and do the panning shot. I might even put some crap guitar music in the background. Right, that's enough of that shit. Let's just look at it properly, shall we? Yeah, I think it looks pretty good actually. I've got a few where I've been overly extravagant with the sander, but you know, that's the first time I've done it, so I'm quite happy. I'll put a fair amount of filler in on the back, just to get rid of the sharp edges. Now obviously most of this is going to be covered by a seat, and I am slightly cheating because I'm showing you it while it is still, at least, oh no, actually it's not that tacky, but I'm going to leave it to cure for a bit longer before I strip off all the stuff and show you properly. So what, welding was okay. It's very different doing a frame than doing test pieces. I now know that and I've experienced it, but yeah, it's okay. I mean, it's structurally secure, which I'm quite content with. I haven't done any penetration testing of the stuff that I welded before. Actually, I might have to do that. I then went for... She would have followed the kids with the food, babe. Oh yeah. Tracking down the dog. She's obviously going to follow food. This is just cheap shit that I've got as far as filler's concerned. I think it was a Wilco special. It's a real pain in the arse because the hardener is the same colour as the main stuff, but chuck that on, got the bulk of it done with that. I then remembered, because it is easy sand, it's really easy to sand, I then remembered that I had dolphin glaze, which is just the best stuff ever, and is so easy to rub back, just to get rid of the worst of the bits. Put that away before I forget where I've put it. My filler tray. Then went for a bit of I don't know where my primer's gone, but some high build primer, Halford Special, then some Halford's matte black. Now obviously the frame has some sheen to it, but I found that matte black on difficult surfaces, so when you've got lots of different shapes, lots of burns, etc., I find matte black runs less. Now I could be completely talking out my hoop, and there is absolutely no basis in science to that at all, but touch wood, I haven't yet ended up with runs from using matte. I've no idea why, but it seems to make sense to me. Then just to give it a bit of protection, I just had this lying around fortunately, but the good old cam brush, and anybody that's new to the channel won't have seen me with this stuff. I love cam brush products, I just think they're brilliant. There's no sponsorship deals, there's no this, that and the other, there's no paid endorsements. I just think it's great stuff. It's clear rather than it's a lacquer, so it's not sold as a lacquer, but I have used it as a lacquer in the past. I have done petrol proofing. It's petrol resistant, non-crack, but it's It's just brilliant stuff, and it's really quite hard wearing as well. I was going to say it's really hard wearing, but it's great stuff. I do need to be a bit careful with it though when you spray it. It's not Halford's black, it will run if you try and overdo it, but it's great stuff. Yeah, right, I'm going to let that cure for a bit and then jump you back in, and we'll chuck the seat on, well, unwrap it obviously, chuck the seat on and see what we've ended up with. Right, and there we go, just literally tacked together, because that paint's not fully cured yet. I think that looks fucking awesome. It's not perfect, don't get me wrong, but as far as first attempts go, that's pretty damn cool. I'm liking that a lot. Now what I've also done while I was going, see this, I had two of these, the one from this bike and one from this frame. Obviously it's got the hole for the seat lock, which this doesn't need anymore, so it's gone. Using a really technical process, a process that cost me 10p. Can you see it? Yeah, there we go. Yeah. 10p piece. So let's just fill that in with a 10p piece and then fill her over a bit of glue and fill her over the top. Job's a good one. Did it really as a practice more than anything else, but I might just leave that. That looks fine. Yeah, I'm going to let that cure and see what happens. Now I'm slightly, I don't know if that's a little bit too far back, because I've got a bend there, so I might have to re-drill the holes a tiny bit forward. Let me just pull this seat up. Not that I'm going to do it now, this stuff needs to cure properly, so I might need to extend it. I might have welded it too far back, maybe it should have come forward a little bit. No, I don't know, but it's simple enough to do. It's just milling those holes a little bit further down, but that's fine. That was a lot of work, that really was, but I think it's worth the effort. Right, what's next? Always what's next. Now I think, and a few people have suggested it, to start dousing all of the bolts in release oil. Release oil? I know what I'm talking about. Release agent, whatever you want to call it. Penetrating oil, that's the word I was looking for. Yeah, very good point, and that's going to be the next thing I do. Not now, because we're going to go and do some family stuff, but no, that's we're getting there, boys and girls, we're getting there. I'm really enjoying this. New skills getting picked up, which is what this is all about. I'm not saying I'm particularly good at them, but you don't know unless you try, do you? You really don't know unless you try, and I'm really quite chuffed with the results so far. Right, that'll do me. Thanks very much. Thanks for watching. Any suggestions, please crack on. I may end up, I purposely avoided painting the whole frame. There's still lugs and bits on it that I probably could have taken off, but I'm not quite sure whether or not I'm going to use it. So these lugs, for example, I could have taken off and then removed the rear pegs, but frankly I don't yet know how I'm going to suspend the exhaust, because that's the exhaust hanger as well as the foot peg, or indeed if I'm going to keep that exhaust or try something different. I don't know yet. It's kind of evolving as we go, and the bike's taking shape as it tells me what it wants me to do. Cool. Thanks so much all. I'll catch you later. Ta-da.